high-ranking Muslim government employee makes disgusting demand for all white women to do. A high-ranking Muslim government employee just made a disgusting demand for all white women to be impregnated by Muslim men. He posted on Facebook a very sick and twisted concept of Sharia being displayed in Australia. Now what the Spots Muhammad Almi did, was take a study that talked about a low sperm count from men in Western countries and manipulated it to be held to Sharia law. I am not one to be politically correct, or discreet, especially when it comes to this hateful ideology, but the goal of Islam is to convert infidels or kill them, and to dominate the entire world. This government official then went on to rant that the women will wear hijabs and no longer be allowed to wear bikinis. They will be forced to eat halal food, and that when you come across an infidel, convert or be given a passage back to where their ancestors came from. What I really do not get is the liberal left, and it seems to be in every country, how they can just appease people of this hateful ideology. Another thing I don't get is why liberals and Democrats will claim that Republicans are warmongers when in actuality it has been the Muslims all along who have declared war on the Western way of life. Threats like these should be handled in a non-politically correct way and hold any threat with accountability of some sort. This is also what you call incitement, which is not meant to be confused with free speech. It should not be tolerated. Incitement can spark with the trigger to a terrorist and may go on a rampage to try to make this happen. This official needs to be held accountable for his actions to show that this will not be tolerated. Sharia law is an ideology that promotes violence. If you don't believe me, see the Arab Muslim countries that are under Sharia law and see how bad and deadly it is. Via Daily Caller. Mohammed Al Muwali, the head of Australia's Halal Certification Authority, publicly commented on Facebook to state that white Australian women need Muslim men to fertilize them and keep them surrounded by Muslim babies. Al Muwali's intolerant views led him to declare that the white race will be extinct in 40 years. The certification chief, who immigrated to Australia in 1975 and became a citizen in 1981, made his comments in response to a study in Human Reproduction Update from Israeli researchers in Hebrew University, which revealed declining fertility rates among men in North America, Europe, Australia, and New Zealand. Based on 43,000 men, the scientists found that a high proportion of men in Western countries had sperm counts below the threshold for infertility. According to the Hebrew University, Australian men's sperm count has declined by 52% over the last 40 years, so your men are a dying breed. Australian women need us to fertilize them and keep them surrounded by Muslim babies while beer swilling, cigarette smoking, drug injecting can only dream of what Muslim men are capable of, wrote Al Muwali in a comment on Facebook that was first reported by the Daily Mail. If the country is left to the bigots, the white race will be extinct in another 40 years, he continued. Muslims have a duty to make your women happy because you are declining. Better go choose a plot for yourself at your local cemetery. If you can't afford it, commit suicide. It is a cheaper alternative for bigots. It will, mandatory for all women to wear hijab or burqa if they prefer. Bikinis will be displayed in museums but not on nubile bodies anymore, he continued. When that happens, everything in Australia will be halal certified. Bigots and pigs will be declared haram and must not be approached or touched. They can live together in reserves. There will be a halal butcher on every corner. All other butchers will be offered to convert to halal or given a passage back to where their ancestors came from. Al Muwali's diatribe also included scathing remarks towards Australian politicians and called for the creation of a religious police who will make sure all businesses are closed at the time of prayers. When questioned by news.com.au, Al Muwali backpedaled on his comments to state that he created the post to stir the bigots. He has since deleted his inflammatory remarks following a backlash, and complained about bigots who are now using all manner of expletives and attacks possible, including promises of physical attacks, etc. I hope this article will help people wake up to the world around them. Islam is not the religion of peace. Until we recognize it for what it truly is, terrorism will continue. We need to act and fight for what's right. This cannot be tolerated. Sharia law is not compatible with any country that thrives on freedom. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe Breaking News 365 channel. Goodbye and see you again.